Tactics and Touchlines. Today we are on the FPL pod where we discuss about the Fantasy League, what you need to know, updates that are coming, and also we'll announce our weekly winner of the TT Super League for that is game week 4. And we'll also take you through the MyBet.Africa Fantasy League where we'll discuss who is topping the manager of the month for now and what should you also do to be part of this fantasy leagues. So firstly, let's look at the contribution, that is the ownership of players for game week 4. Mohamed Salah and Erling Haaland were the top players being owned by managers in the EPL. And see Mohamed Salah with 54.1% ownership and Erling Haaland with 33.7% ownership. And these two players are some of the key players coming into 2-3 seasons of the fantasy league. If you have any of these players, you are guaranteed enough points to be able to get up there, make your team that successful. And also most of the managers captain these two players because of the amazing talent they bring into the Premier League. And also let's look at some of the managers and in these players, and also who is that third player that comes in to join these two amazing players. So with the most owned player in the fantasy league as announced is Mohamed Salah with 3,772,583 managers are owning him. And with the captain pick, he was able to make 9 points for the week. The second is Erling Haaland with 1,948,883 managers are also owning Erling Haaland. He had 13 points for the week and he was also captain picks for some of the managers. We move on to João Pedro, who is now one of the players coming in, moving from Brighton to Chelsea, has really increased the amount of managers getting João Pedro in their setup. With João Pedro, there are 1,559,650 managers also owning João Pedro. And I want us to look at something. This week, the player that had the highest point that is Zubimendi of Arsenal with a clean sheet and also 2 goals. And it will shock you that 26 managers triple captain Zubimendi. So going into the fantasy, there are a lot of people that go deeper into what they need to do and also make sure that things are worked well for them. So let's look at the defensive action of some of the defenders I've been telling you about. There is no need to go in for the top defenders like the Van Dijks, the Salibas, the Gabriels, and also Chalobah or Cucurella from Chelsea. There are some key 2 defenders you need to be looking at, and these defenders will add a lot to your game. So with defensive action, you could see Senesi. I always mention his name when I'm talking about fantasy, and he had 55 defensive action. One thing you need to know is that this season's fantasy league, they included defensive action. Any 5 defensive action that player does, the player is going to get 1. So Senesi so far has 55. That shows he has been able to amass a lot of points from just his defensive action. So 5 giving, he has making up to 11 points from defensive action this season, and it shows the quality he's bringing to the Bournemouth defense. And he's one player I would always advise you to get into your fantasy team. The next player is also Tarkowski, James Tarkowski, with 47 so far. So these are the 2 defenders who are making a lot of defensive action. So going into game week 5, I would tell you that these are 2 defenders you need to add to your setup to make sure that your fantasy league is getting all the praises you need. Let's look at some of the leagues that are coming up. The MyBet.Africa Fantasy League, and who is topping now. So now with the MyBet.Africa Fantasy League, Atom is leading 319 points. That is Atom. The greatest is second. TK99FC is third, and Liverpool X1 is also on there. So this is the top 9. So if you are to top the manager of the month for this month, you need to get yourself into the top 9 and make sure things are also moving out well for you. Remember, MyBet.Africa's Fantasy League, you are getting 500 Ghana cedis at the end of the month if you are the manager of the month. And the code to join is very, very simple. You need to get a code to be able to be part of the MyBet.Africa Fantasy League. Go onto the description, click the link. You see MyBet.Africa Fantasy League. The link will be there. The moment you click, it's easy to join the MyBet.Africa Fantasy League. Talking about MyBet.Africa, they are one of the best betting platforms in the country. I would always advise you to register and be part. So this week, I'm going to show you what you need to do to register. Go on the description. There's a link there. Click on the link. The first thing you see is register. Phone number. The phone number is your normal phone number, the one you use for mobile money transactions. When you enter the phone number, you'll be able to get access to also go into the second spot. That is your username. You can pick any name, your nickname, any other name you feel like using on the MyBet.Africa platform. You enter it, then you press on the next. You see password and confirm password. Enter that password you want to put there and also enter the same thing as the confirm password. With that, click on register. MyBet to just send you instant verification code for you to enter and also register for your registration to be complete. With that, now you become part of the MyBet.Africa family. Go to the free bet side, type TT pod and get free 10 Ghana cedis. But remember, you need to use the link below to be able to activate that free 10 Ghana cedis. So click on the link, go through this registration process and enter TT pod to also register and be part of the MyBet.Africa family. We'll be giving you odds on this show. We'll be giving you betting tips, what you need to know about MyBet.Africa. So subscribe, like, and also share so that you wouldn't miss out on any information coming from MyBet.Africa. Let's move on to the TT Super League and let's look at the top 10 or the top 9 table as at now. So with the TT Super League, one thing is you can see that Ashawo FC is topping as always. He won the manager for the month for the first week and second week, and in game week 4 he is back again and he's putting up a good performance with 289 points on there. And Junior Prince is also number 2 on there with 247. We have Alvance FC also there. We have OAD 11 also on number 4. Gunto SC also on number 5, goes on to number 9. So this week, this is our top 9, showing that a team that is Ashawo FC is the one topping the league. He is the winner for the week. Congratulations to Ashawo FC for topping TT Super League. And what Ashawo FC needs to do is come on the comment section in any of our social media platforms, on YouTube, on our Instagram, on our TikTok, on our Telegram, and prove that you are the one handling this team and you get your 100 Ghana cedis free bet being credited to you in your MyBet.Africa account, so that during that weekend you can also bet on any game you want. Let's look at his team and let's break down. Look at some of the players he has added to his setup, and if you also take 1 or 2 tips from it so that you can also join the team and also pick some of the players he has picked up. So we have Vicario of Tottenham Hotspur giving 8 points, Romero, Tottenham Hotspur giving 12, Trippier giving 8, Livramento giving 6, Van Dijk giving 8, Cucurella giving 1 point, then Semenyo giving 13, Mohamed Salah giving 18, Mateta with 2, Ekitike with 2, and also João Pedro with 7. So with Ashawo FC's team, this is the players he lined up, and he was able to get 85 points. Go onto the link, click on the TT Super League link so that you can also join the TT Super League podcast. And with this, you get a chance to also win 100 Ghana cedis at the end of the week. I think it's very good. MyBet.Africa is sponsoring this show, as I always say, and they are giving out 100 Ghana cedis every week on this podcast. And MyBet.Africa's fantasy league, you are earning 500 Ghana cedis at the end of the month. So if I'm you, what I'll be doing is I will join these 2 leagues. In the week, I may earn 100 cedis here, and at the end of the month, if I'm good and earning 100 Ghana cedis, I'll stand the chance of also winning my bet's 500 Ghana cedis. So go on to the description. The link to register is there. MyBet.Africa's group's link is also there, and also the TT Super League link is also there. Join and be part. So today we are here to announce the winner of the TT Super League, the winner for the week, and we would advise you subscribe so that in our subsequent video on Fantasy League you get to understand everything, and also join the group and stand the chance to win amazing prizes with MyBet.Africa and also Tactics and Touchline. Thank you all for watching the show.